after you hit that bird. She was laughing so hard at that segment, I thought she was going to puke. Oh, man.
Luckily, I didn't hit a bald eagle.
I wonder if it survived.
I hope so. You know how bird bones are.
I don't know how bird bones are.
They break or they bounce off of things.
I think you're thinking of babies.
It's just bones in general, dude. They're hollow. They're lighter.
Say bones break?
They got the marrow in them.
Lordy.
And then you can make a broth with the marrow, dude. You get that protein.
God damn, dude. You're taking a bit far.
Well, that's survival, dude. You got to do anything to survive. I'm talking about when you have to. Like out there naked and afraid world. You got to eat that marrow.
Would you go on a show like that?
No, I can't eat seafood.
Naked?
Oh, you
well,
mean
I'm talking like the dating, like the
Like
Naked Attraction dating show that we were.
I probably would have before I got fat.
You wouldn't now?
I don't know. Probably not.
Why?
I'm too embarrassed about my belly.
I think girls would like that you own it.
Yeah, I'm sure they do like self-confidence.
Yeah.
Or just regular confidence.
You fucking own that shit, man.
Yeah. Well, I need to lose weight first, and then I can own it.
You got plans for that, or?
Maybe. I tried to swim, remember, but I had exercise-induced headaches, so I had to put that on the back burner. It's a good excuse.
Exercise-induced headaches. I like that.
Yeah,
that's
they were
cute.
really bad, dude.
I didn't know exercise could induce headaches.
The more
you sure that's
know.
not bullshit?
The more you know. No,
that
dude.
Sounds like a little bullshit.
You can Google it right now, and you can find the papers written about it.
That sounds a little fucking bullshitish. I mean, that sounds like something I'd say. Shit. All right, it's the GeekZip podcast. Ryan Zip, Christian in the Zip Cave. A little dreary Saturday fall.
Looks like the sun's starting to come out. We had a little bit of rain.
We got some sunshine finally. That's cool.
We're waiting on the thing to crash.
Yeah, it hadn't crashed yet, so it probably will happen. But we're gonna proceed because we have places to do, people to see. I actually have to go see the leather guy over at the Chesapeake Flea Market.
Oh no!
Because I got to get a longer strap for my indie satchel.
Yeah, you
see,
do.
This ain't gonna do. Look at that.
That's like a purse.
Purse, right? It's like a purse. And so yeah, I got to go talk to the leather guy and get him to get me a longer
leather
strap.
man.
I don't know what his name is. He's just got a little shop where he does leather working.
Are you going to the ghost hunt?
What's the ghost hunt?
I don't know. I thought maybe you.
The Paramount thing? No, we're not doing the ghost hunt. We thought about it. Actually, believe it or not, I'm just making all kinds of fucking noise. Believe it or not, me and Kush are going to Fallsburg.
To the haunted house? Where's that? How far away is Fallsburg?
It's about 45 minutes from here.
That's not too bad.
But it's supposed to be like the big dog, like the
I've seen some
building
billboards.
I was going to ask if you wanted to come, but I automatically assumed that you wouldn't want to come. You want to go?
Should ask.
Do you want to go?
I don't know. How much is it?
We got the fast pass thing.
There's like multiple.
$30 to $40.
Yeah, I don't know. You need to go and let me know what it's like first. It sounds too crazy.
I mean, I don't think it'll be that crazy. We've seen crazier shit. Remember when
I don't know. I know like the haunted...
Howard punched the fucking ape that came out of the bars at us?
But that's just one thing. It's like the haunted trail.
When your mom took us to that cheap ass fucking...
It was like an ambulance place.
Yeah, I remember. It was a 911 call center. And they did I assume it was some kind of charity.
Didn't the Huntington JCs used to do
something
one?
Well, they used to do the haunted trail up in Ritter Park, which was very famous, and people would come from miles around to see. And then apparently there was some shady shit that took place up there, and they had to stop doing. Of course, somebody always fucks it up.
Kids got killed, dude.
Well, I don't think they got.
That's why it's too scary.
Let's just set the record straight. I don't think they got killed
on the haunted trail. That's why it's haunted.
Oh God, I don't know. I know Barbersville Park does a haunted
There's always some truth to the legend, dude.
God, you're a shit stirrer. All right. Awesome. So what'd you do this week, buddy?
I watched the new Mike Flannagan series. I binged that real
The
quick.
Fall of the House of Usher?
Yep.
I just started it today, and I like what I'm seeing so far. I love Bruce Greenwood.
I liked it a lot. I liked all the Easter eggs, references to Edgar Allan Poe.
A lot of Poe references, yeah. And it's interesting how they, and again, I just started the first episode, but they're kind of modernizing the story a little bit, which makes sense. If you're a Fall of the House of Usher fan, I'm assuming you're a fan of the Vincent Price film that came out in the 60s, I believe, early 60s.
I hadn't seen it or read
Read
the book.
Well, I've never read the book. It's very artsy, but the story is just creepy as fuck.
But I know a lot of other Edgar Allan Poe works that are referenced.
I mean, any Edgar Allan Poe. If you read Edgar Allan Poe, you'll like it. I mean, it's not that hard to read. Everybody thinks it's like so hard to read.
Yeah, but it's still not for everybody.
I mean, it's poetry. I mean, it's like reading Shakespeare.
That's where the word poetry came from, dude. Edgar Allan poetry.
Really?
No.
That sounds legit. I'd buy it. Shit. All right. Okay, I'll go first this week. All right, since I always put you on the spot I'll go first with what we've done.
I thought
this
I
week.
just went first.
Oh, you already went. Well, what'd you play? What have you been playing? Anything? You never. What are you playing these days?
I beat Wargroove 2. I played that and beat it. Spent
Wargroove?
about 30 hours. Wargroove.
Groove?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
in the groove?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even though it's got nothing to do with rhythm or anything.
Yeah.
Your commanders build up energy and then they get to unleash their groove attack. Their groove ability.
Interesting.
It's just a turn-based war game.
Yeah. That's cool. I've still been playing Knights of the Old Republic. Still playing that. I play Madden. I switch off because of football season. I always get in the mood.
Do you have a ship in Knights of the Old Republic?
I've just got the Ebon Hawk.
Okay.
So
you're actually kind of far.
About halfway, I think. I just started my Jedi training. No matter how hard I try to go dark side, I can't help but go light side. And that kind of gives me hope as a person.
Maybe. Dark side's more fun, though.
I know. I try, but I'm just like, I can't do that to this peasant who's asked me for help.
And then just lightning him, dude.
Just wants to
lightning
thank you.
Lightning him.
See, there's always an option, like Christian's talking about, where it's like, forget it, I'm going to kill you now, and they kill him, and I can't do it. It's not in me. What does that say about me?
I don't know. I think you're just playing a game and you want to believe it. You're seeing.
I want to believe.
Seeing significance and insignificance.
Oh, God. You've gotten some deep shit these past 2 weeks. Are you reading, like, books or something?
Poetry.
Edgar Allan poetry. All right. Okay, what else do I got here? I got this. I wanted to show you this, Christian. I got the Mondo 10th anniversary vinyl of the Tron Legacy soundtrack.
I see. I could not tell what that was by the cover there. Now I see that.
Tell a little bit more.
Now I see that it says Tron.
It's Tron Legacy. It's gorgeous. I love the soundtrack. Anyway,
so it's the Legacy. It's one by Daft Punk.
Yeah, it's the Daft Punk that they did, and I've already listened to it through. I've had it for about a week. I've already listened through it like 6 times. So that's really cool. I like to show people what I'm getting in the cave, but that was a deluxe edition.
Deluxe. What's the
From
vinyl?
Mondo.
Is the vinyl just black or?
No, the vinyls are. I'll put one of them's in the player. It's like blue. The other one is like the orange.
Oh wow!
Yeah, very nice. Pops very nicely.
Yeah, it's bright.
Looks like I guess the idea is it meant to look like the identity discs
from like the bike.
Well, that they wear on their backs. You know the.
I thought don't they have like blades on the bikes too?
They have they have. I've only seen 2 different kinds of weaponry. One is the identity disc that they take off their back and use like a boomerang. The other is the mechanism that can create the light cycle or the light plane or like the vehicle can also be used almost like a lightsaber. It's got a beam that comes out of it. Cora used it at the end of Tron Legacy when she's defending Sam from Clue. You see it come out, it extends, and it's like a bow staff or something.
She's like Darth Maul, dude.
She did. She pulled a Darth Maul on him, and it was really cool. And so those are the only 2 melee weapons that I've really seen in the Tron films that they used. The guards had like staffs, but they never used them. So again, it's a Disney movie, so you're not going to get a whole lot of violence. But yeah, so that was really cool. I want to give a big shout out to my daughter, Brooklyn. She scored her first basket last night during her game. This would have been the 13th, Friday the 13th. And she scored her first basket, which is appropriate.
I watched Friday the 13th. Jason Takes Manhattan.
Yeah?
This morning.
Did you?
I was like, it still counts. It's close enough to Friday the 13th.
I guess. God, you watched the worst one of the fucking franchise.
Nuh-uh, dude. He punches that guy's head off into
That's
the trash
not
can.
until the last 15 minutes of the movie.
That was when I started paying attention.
So the whole boat shit you missed, right?
No,
When
I
you're on
watched
the boat.
it. I watched it. He just
When you
was
see,
killing people.
what's her name?
I like seeing the kid with the face stuff on him.
What's the girl's name that's in that? Kelly Hugh. It's her first acting role, and she gets fucking thrown across a room. All right. I also bought some Universal horror movies after our discussion last week. I bought Dracula, Wolfman, and Frankenstein. I haven't
Where do you
watched
buy
them
your
yet.
movies at?
Voodoo.
The websites or your digital ones? Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
I don't buy
Because
discs.
I heard Best Buy's not going to get out of the disc market.
I saw that story. I mean, it makes no sense to do it on. I mean, because see, here's the thing. I stopped doing discs years ago when I had kids because the kids would treat them like frisbees and throw them on the ground, and they have sticky shit on them. So I'd go to fucking watch them, and the disc would be fucked up, and because of the sticky shit, it would fuck up my DVD player too.
Yeah, that sucks.
So I was like, I'm not buying discs anymore. Fuck it. I will jump on kind of like you jumped on the digital train with music.
Yeah.
Really early on, right? That's what I did. I was like, fuck it. I'm never buying. And I have not bought a DVD. I couldn't tell you the last DVD or Blu-ray that I bought. Honestly, I couldn't tell you what it was. It's been that many years.
I did see that the Walking Dead box set was coming out on Amazon for like $140. I think it's like 50 some discs or something.
I mean, there's a bunch of movie box set, DVD, Blu-ray box sets. I don't even want those because it's like, other than being a collectible on the fucking table somewhere, I don't think I'd ever watch them because I don't watch. Plus, digital, you can watch it wherever you want.
Until
you can have
you
it
can't.
whenever you want. Well, you have that's Apple, and that's your dumbass fault.
Well, we'll see. I'm just saying.
I'm just saying that you had some blame in that equation.
No,
as
I'm
far
just
as
saying,
I'm
like,
concerned.
if the servers ever go down or something.
No, I mean that's always a possibility. But at this point,
It's unlikely, yeah.
or it is likely, and it's just part of life that you have to deal with.
And we're just going to have to buy everything all over
yeah,
again.
fuck.
Dude.
I mean, why not? We've done it for decades.
Bend us over.
How many fucking DVDs did you buy of VHS copies that you had? How many fucking Blu-rays of DVDs did you buy?
None.
It's happened since the beginning of time.
I didn't buy any Blu-rays.
Lie. Well,
I didn't buy any Blu-rays.
Parents bought everything, but still.
No, I never bought Blu-rays.
Really?
CVS keeps calling me about some prescription.
What's going on over there?
I don't even have it. They're talking about, hey, Kristen P., we've got your medicine ready. And they say I'm a girl. And I'm like, I don't go to CVS. And
They say you're a girl?
yeah. Kristen P.?
Kristen?
Kristen is right.
Oh, it's not Christian, it's Kristen?
No.
No
And it's-
H?
And it's not a person call, and it's an automated thing.
Is
So-
it the guy or the girl? Because I know they changed the voice recently
don't know.
from the guy to the girl.
I think it's a girl.
I get a lot of drugs, so I know these things. All right.
They won't leave me alone, though.
Well,
I need to call them up and say,
I mean,
hey.
all they want is for you to get your medicine, bro. You can't fault them for that.
It's not mine, though.
Well, but they don't know that.
Well,
they
somebody-
think you're missing your medicine.
Somebody gave them wrong information, and they need to figure it out.
It's their
Fast.
problem. That's how you're looking at it. Yeah. All right. Let's get to the show. We do have a lot to get through today. Actually, a lot of stories this week, Christian. Had a lot of stories, but you know what we do before we get into our stories.
A lot of the stories could have been together too. Some of them are like the same.
Well, I know
the same umbrella.
Yes, they're and that's kind of how I was going to do it. Was kind of like just skip over as we're talking to the next story, kind of thing. And I tried to group them. Did I not do a good job?
I don't know. You did okay.
All right, thank you. I appreciate that. All right. First up, Miss Phyllis Coates.
That's what you were saying. We have to do the RIPs before the name.
Yes. I figured that was obvious.
Oh,
because they see the screen,
Oh, they do see the screen if they're watching, but they're not always watching Zip. I hope that got recorded.
It did. It certainly did. Phyllis Coates, for those who are fans of Superman, that name may sound familiar. She was the first Lois Lane on television.
OGLL.
Yes, and The Adventures of Superman with George Reeves. Phyllis passed away at age 96. I know that she came back for a cameo appearance in Superman Returns, but she had long since retired from acting. But she hung in there, 96. Damn, that's quite a feat. So, obviously anybody who had such a great influence over the Superman name and brand, we always want to make sure that we're showing our respect to them. So all our best to Phyllis and her family, fans around the world who really brought the voice to Lois Lane for the first time.
Phyllis we salute
Coates.
you.
Yeah. Next up, we have a famed comic book artist and writer, and this guy probably created more heroes. He's up there with, Stan Lee and Jack Kirby for creating a bunch of different heroes.
Like Rocket Raccoon.
Keith Giffen died at the age of 70, passed away from a stroke on Monday of last week. Not yesterday, but the week before. He was, as Christian mentioned, the creator of Rocket Raccoon, and he also created Blue Beetle.
What?
So
he's not a raccoon, and he's not Latino, so how could he create those characters, dude? It's appropriation.
I don't know.
I'm just kidding.
I know that he worked with Paul Levitz a lot.
Oh, there you go.
And
comics
so
writer,
that,
former president.
Yeah,
of
so
DC.
he's former president.
And he had a funny sense of humor too. It seemed like from the article.
He really got his bones. They got a cop doing Lobo, and kind of Lobo always had that kind of comedic.
He was
tone.
real deadpan.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that probably had a lot to do with Keith. So, thank you, Keith, for all the amazing contributions you made to the world of geeks, and all our best to your family and fans as well. Finally, a voice actor who you probably have heard if you've played Mortal Kombat or the Resident Evil franchise passed away suddenly at the age of 52. Renowned actor Ken I don't know how Lally. Is that how you say it?
Sure.
Lally.
I don't know.
It's Lally.
It's like Rally, but Lally. Go down to Lally's, get some
Not
burgers.
necessarily a film actor, but he was a voice actor and motion capture artist for Mortal Kombat as Smoke. So if you ever saw Smoke, Christian, that was Ken. Mm-hmm. And he also did the voice and motion capture for Albert Wesker in Resident Evil 5.
Oh, yeah.
So
Wesker's a bad guy, dude.
Yeah. Just very talented, very good at what he did. So we, all our best to his family.
Say he was 52?
Fans as well. 52. I'm not sure how he passed. I don't know if it was some kind of illness or what have you. I know that he was very well respected by his colleagues. I know Brendan O'Brien, who is the original voice actor for Crash Bandicoot, sent his condolences, and it is just a really big legacy that Ken is leaving behind.
No, that guy died too this year. The Crash Bandicoot died too this year.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. The sad news of his passing also joins.
My fault. Live show, people. You get the idea. He was very well respected.
Well, if his name's up there with the Crash Bandicoot guy,
that means a lot. All right. Let's get over to the news and talk about what happened this week. It has been a wild week over in Hollywood. We got Warner Brothers potentially looking at a sale to a rival studio. Jesus. I mean, it just goes from bad to worse for all these fucking studios.
Some employees think it could happen in the next couple of years, and was it Universal they thought that would buy them?
They think that it's going to be Universal because their business models align the closest, is kind of what I read from this story. But again, I also read that employees have been saying that for years, that Warner Brothers will most likely be sold very soon. Now,
I'm sure they got a lot of employees.
Well, there's a lot more to it than that, because you got to remember, Warner Brothers is like one of the big five, that still remain from that golden age of film. I mean, there hasn't been a sale like this, ever. I don't think that one of those studios has sold to another one. With the exception of maybe Disney. I mean, that's about the closest you've come. And those were IPs. So it's like, it's just never happened. It's unprecedented. And, the idea of it happening, obviously, with Warner Brothers having properties like DC, Harry Potter,
Dragons,
Minecraft,
Thrones,
all that shit. Yeah, there you go. I mean, just all it would just mean a massive continental shift in the way of thinking that comes with every corporate takeover. Anytime you sell something and someone else buys it, they're going to want to change shit. And so this, again, as Christian mentioned, leads into some other stories that we're discussing as, these reports are coming in of a potential sale, what that effect will have on DC Studios. Now, we all know it's not going well for DC right now. James Gunn's not batting very well, per se, in baseball terms. So, you can't help but wonder.
I don't know if he's even had a swing yet.
Well, that is what people are afraid of, that before he even gets a swing, that, this crazy ass studio sale will happen.
Yeah.
And they'll change everything and we'll have to wait even longer.
More
if it ever comes.
More cooks in the kitchen.
Boom. There you go.
More bureaucrats ruining the artist's vision.
We also found out last week, which I pretty much assumed, but apparently it was this big news story, but all the Justice League actors that were in the Justice League, I'll be damned. It's just a matter of time, I guess.
It's just a matter of time.
So, hang on. No, I want you to go right there. No.
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 I hate that
yes, no, thing. Yes, no. Yes, no, yes. All right. Sorry if it's a little misaligned, but I'm not fixing it this week. Fuck it. We'll talk about next week's video here before we wrap it up.
What's that mean?
Or last week's video.
What happened?
It was a day late.
Oh.
There's a reason it was a day late. All right. Again, I assume that all the Justice League actors would be recast, but suddenly this is like fucking breaking news that they're going to recast all of them after the Aquaman movie, but I knew that.
Yeah.
So
well, they just weren't going to make it official till Aquaman floundered.
It's pretty much floundering. We also heard whispers that apparently there was a DC Universe versus Mortal Kombat crossover animated film that was pitched that Warner Brothers rejected.
Passed, yeah.
Which sucks, because I loved that video game series.
Well, they have the cool Mortal Kombat animated series,
Yeah.
But you can see why DC...
I mean, DC has the cool Injustice series.
Well, I know,
why couldn't you have merged those?
Well, they don't want the graphic deaths. They don't want to see their characters get killed.
Have you seen any recent DC animated movies, Christian?
Yeah.
Did you watch like Apocalypse War?
Yeah.
There's a lot of fucking bad shit in that.
But that was like Justice League Dark, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's dark. It's dark.
They could say that. They could say
Maybe
Justice League Dark, DC versus Mortal Kombat. Why not?
Maybe they could. They could, yeah. But I don't think...
Or the Dark thing, they just made the Injustice.
I just don't
You just want to stir shit.
I think DC's owners want to be more careful of their properties.
Do you think this is a smart time to do that? Do you think this is the time to kind of hold back and say, I don't know if I want to tarnish our reputation on this?
Yeah.
Or do you think it's time to fucking maybe throw some shit against the wall and see what sticks?
That's what they've been doing, and it's all been sliding off, so you need to give it some time to cool off. Get some DC back to the prestige it should be.
You're exhausting.
Not just DC in the gutter with Mortal Kombat.
You're exhausting. Well,
Superman needs to stand for something.
Right now he stands for box office fail. And that's really what they need to work on.
Yeah.
And why would you not, if you have the opportunity to do that, it's not going to cost a lot of money because it's an animated movie, right? Why not? You're saying it's because of the styles of both IPs, right? That they clash too much.
I'm saying it's going to turn away too many kids.
So it's all about the kids.
Yeah.
And that's what you think. So you think the Justice League Dark animated series is geared for adults?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm legitimately asking you. I want to know. You look defensive.
I don't care.
Do you just not care about anything anymore?
I never have.
Well, Jason Mamoa doesn't have to worry about another job after Aquaman. Apparently, he's already signed on to play Lobo. You know who Lobo is, Christian, right?
Mm-hmm. We've talked about him before.
The main man.
The Sardinian.
They are saying that the announcement will come early next year, probably February or March, that Lobo will, in fact, be joining the DCEU and that Mamoa will be playing him.
Until Warner Brothers gets bought and then they change the plans and fire everybody.
Until they turn Lobo into a, female,
Rocketeer.
Yeah,
See, that's why I don't care, dude. I just don't care.
Well, you got to have faith, bro. You got to have faith that, maybe things will change and get better.
Maybe. Or else what are we doing here?
Halloween made headlines last week when they had a huge bidding war between the studios A24 and Mirimax over the TV rights to the franchise. Halloween on TV? How do you feel about that?
Sounds good to me.
How would you do that?
Same way they did Chucky.
What storyline would you use? Would you just keep Michael and just have him be the killer? Or
I don't know.
What good are you as a fucking co-host?
I don't have to come up with the right of the plot. It can be whatever they want it to be.
Can I get some talking head action?
It doesn't have to be anything. It can be whatever. Like Chucky was.
I didn't see Chucky.
Well, you should watch it.
I don't want to. I like the
TV
movies.
series.
I spoil the movies.
Nah.
I don't want anything like to spoil the movies.
TV series are where it's at.
I disagree.
I like these horror TV series these days.
Horror does have a bright future in TV. I will not deny that. In TV and streaming, specifically. But I'm still a movie guy. Finally, Mirimax secured the rights, so they're going to be the ones that are going to be bringing Halloween to the television set. Don't know when.
I mean, it's cool they had
Don't know how, don't know why.
It's pretty cool they had a bidding war over the Halloween series.
It is cool. I wonder how Carpenter felt about that. Wonder how he feels about Halloween being a TV show.
I'm sure somebody asked him if he's, doing press for that one show he's got now on Peacock. Because we got him talking about that Thing story later on.
When does that come out?
It's already out. It came out like the 13th or the 14th.
The Carpenter series on Peacock's out?
Yep.
Fuck yeah, I'm going to watch that today. I'm excited.
I don't know how many episodes are out.
Doesn't matter. Even one would be fun to watch. All right. Congratulations to Mirimax for the win. They obtained the rights and will send the show to television. And that is apparently supposed to intertwine with the films that they're going to end up making as well. So,
what? Who's Miramax TV come out on?
I don't know if they have a distributor yet.
Yeah,
they're going to produce the television.
That's good. Yeah.
So there's a difference between a distributor and a studio, right? So,
or it can be both too.
So some I'm trying to think of one.
Netflix.
There you go. And Netflix has it. Disney is one.
Yeah.
So we'll wait and see what happens with the Halloween TV show and let you know. Did you see the Undertaker come back, Christian?
Yep.
Came back to NXT last week. I wonder why.
So they could beat AEW in the ratings.
Because Edge had his main event on Title Tuesday on AEW Dynamite last week. It was cool to see the dead man come in. God damn, he's old looking.
They were making fun of how little room he had to ride the
He doesn't have much room.
down.
They had to open that shit up as much as they could. And he stopped at the desk. I thought he'd have a little interaction here with Book.
He did a cool choke slam. That was a good choke
Dude,
slam.
it was a fucking mean choke slam. Well, you got to give that to Brock's Boulder.
Oh, he's got a big long break.
Braun Boulder, Braun Strike, whatever the fuck his name is. What is his name?
Braun Breaker.
Braun Breaker. That's his
He's
name.
one of the Steiner's kids.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool. I didn't know that. Taker. And he was the American Badass.
I think he's Rick Steiner's kid. He came out to Kid Rock, dude.
Came out to the Kid Rock. I love his T-shirt. Did you see his T-shirt?
Yeah.
His
with all the
T-shirt's
moves
awesome.
on it.
Yeah, I love it. Might have to get me that one. Awesome. I don't know if we'll see more of Undertaker. I know he's kind of taking that ambassador type role.
John Cena was there, too.
Yeah, at NXT?
Yeah.
Did he come out?
I think so.
Oh, I missed it. The Braun Breaker kid looks great, and it's even better if it's Rick Steiner's kid.
I think that's right.
Then we have Ronda. Man, oh man, what a waste. That's right, you heard that right. Former WWE and MMA star Ronda Rousey has officially announced her retirement from in-ring competition. That's it.
I was going to say, bye, Felicia.
I'm saying, it's not like, I think,
This isn't like Charlotte Flair.
No,
retiring.
exactly. Yeah, exactly. I think initially, which that could have happened. I'm not entirely sure why it didn't happen, but I think they intended her to be their female version of Brock Lesnar. And for whatever reason, it didn't happen that way.
She's not as big. She's not big enough to be Brock Lesnar.
I mean, but she had a lot of rub when she came in. I mean, and then there was that spot with fucking Dwayne Rock Johnson and Stephanie McMahon, Triple H, that got her major cool points with the fans.
Yeah.
So I just would have liked to have seen
still,
her.
I mean, she's no giant.
No, she's
Like,
not. I mean, she's not like a freak. No.
I know. Well, I mean, that's the thing with Brock Lesnar.
You think that's the only the fact that he could beat the shit out of anyone had nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
It was his size.
Well, that was part of it. That went along with the fact that he could beat anybody.
So you think you got to have the total package?
I'm saying it doesn't hurt to have an obvious thing where you just glance at him and go, "Holy shit!"
I mean, you don't think chicks see Ronda Rousey coming and get freaked out?
I'm talking about me. She's not like China, dude.
Oh, God, I'm sorry. I'm talking about me. Look, we always wish everyone the best, and we do wish Ronda the best. I know she's got a family and just recently had a child. Toddlers are hard to keep up with. Being a professional wrestler, I'm sure, doesn't help. So, all the best to
like
Ronda.
you said, it is kind of always what could have been with her.
I'm disappointed in the yes, exactly. It's like what possibly could have been an amazing, incredible Charlotte Flair type run, hindered by her personal bullshit and whatever else was going on at the time. Christian, I have never seen something. Elevators fucking go up and down more than this whole CM Punk coming back to the WWE talk. One day he's coming, the next day there ain't no fucking way.
Well, like you said, I think CM Punk does a lot of the talk himself.
You think so? You think it's coming from him?
That's what you were saying?
I mean, I do. Yeah, WWE is not like AEW in the idea that if they're going to say something, they're going to release it like press release style. You know, they're not going to fucking go hit their social medias and
the dirt sheets.
Yeah, they're not going to call Dave Meltzer and say, "Hey, we're doing this." So, the rumor this week
He wanted to come for Survivor Series in Chicago.
Punk wanted to be there in Chicago because of Survivor Series. Both Triple H and Vince. I don't know why Vince has a say in it.
He needs to just open his own promotion, Chicago only wrestling.
And he'd be the only one.
Yep.
He'd just take bumps on himself.
Just get that pop.
I mean, Punk, man, dude, he's fucked himself now. I mean, I think that at one point during that whole fucking business with AEW, I do think at one point that he did have the best of intentions of trying to work there, trying to grow there, probably running low on cash, and needed to work. However, he has now become his own worst enemy. And no company wants to touch him. I mean, I don't even know that Impact would touch him.
Now he comes out to that song, dude. Lit, my own worst enemy.
I mean, he probably could if it wouldn't be so lame. So we'll keep you apprised on where Punk will end up. This was unfortunate, Christian. It looks like Bobby Roode, son of the iconic Rick Rude, and he was in Beer Money.
That's not true.
What?
He's not Rick Rude's son, is he?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
That's Rick Rude's son, yeah. Absolutely.
I don't think it said that in this article.
Well, because everybody knows that.
Do they?
They knew that back in Impact when he was with Beer Money. That was the whole fucking thing.
I don't know what Beer Money is.
Beer Money is a fucking tag team that he was in with, goddamn, who was he with? I can't remember, but it was an Impact.
I never watched
Impact. And that's
Impact.
where he got his bones.
I never watched Impact.
Because, like I say every week, you're a fucking mark.
Did you watch Impact?
I watch the ones that matter.
Is Impact one of them?
Yep. Right now, Rude has been working as a backstage producer in WWE. He has not had a match in some time because he apparently had some spinal surgery earlier this year, or last year, sorry. And, even when that stuff goes, full successfully, it's still tricky because you don't know. One bad bump on your back could shatter your spine. So, I would imagine in the,
I don't think that's Rick Rude's son, dude.
Did you check it?
Yeah.
Okay. Who are you? Who's his dad?
Bob Roode.
Who's Rick Rude's son?
Colton.
Damn,
I got that he died in a motorcycle accident.
I thought Bobby Roode was related to Rick Rude in some way. I guess I'm wrong. I apologize.
No, it's a trick, dude. That's why they trick you.
Well, no, I think I don't know where. I thought I read that somewhere, but again, if it says so, that's it.
Who's the mark now?
Stand corrected. Well, again, I'm going to do my own investigation.
Go do your own research.
All our best to Bobby, and we hope that he continues to work with talent backstage and get over that way. Not everybody's meant to go onto the show.
Or maybe he'll heal up and come back. We had
it's
three
been done
of them
before.
They had a nice picture with Edge and Daniel.
The little promo
Soraya.
shot of the broken people.
The broken people. That was Matt
NWA.
Hardy. That was Matt Hardy, dude.
Well, I meant like broken like bones.
It's just funny, broken Matt Hardy.
He could throw himself into that group. Billy Corgan, who you know as the lead singer of the Smashing Pumpkins, you may not know this, also owns the NWA, Christian, the National Wrestling Alliance.
Say that N-word with attitude?
No. That's National Wrestling Alliance. He has been the owner for some time now, and he has been working with YouTube, which any wrestling promotion in the country said YouTube is the fucking worst.
Yeah, that's what he was saying.
For that shit. I'm saying he's not the first person that I've heard say that about YouTube. So now Billy has said that he has done a TV deal with not one, but two major television companies. Now, we don't know who they are yet, but this could be huge in terms of the landscape of professional wrestling on television. Because this could introduce if you don't count NXT or fucking any of that other bullshit, a third viewing option in terms of product.
OVW. If you have those
sold
channels.
out sold out shows a month straight.
Yeah. I liked them on Facebook.
Good. I love you, Al. So happy for you. Hopefully you're listening. I hope you are. If you are, give us a like. Okay, yeah, see, boom. YouTube is a terrible partner for wrestling because, again, it's all automated. There's no people. So, it's a lot easier to work with a television company. So
he was having trouble with advertising, too.
Sure. And, I mean, when's the last time you saw a fucking NWA ad? Never. Anyway. The Iron Claw trailer dropped last week, Christian. Did you get to check it out?
The new A24 movie about the Von Erich.
The Von Erich family.
Wrestling family.
That's correct. The famous family. Did you watch the trailer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looked good. Looked entertaining. Of course, it didn't show
My suggestion is watch the Dark Side of the Ring Von Erich episode before you go see the movie.
Spoiler alert.
You'll spare yourself a lot of heartache. No, this is... any wrestling fan will tell you this is one of the most tragic but compelling stories in professional wrestling.
Well, it's insane.
Incredible. It's nuts. Yeah, it's what it says, nuts. I don't want to go down the road of what happened to the Von Erichs because I want the film to do that. I want you guys to go see the film and not just hear what I say. So do me that favor. But the trailer looked great. The wrestling sequences looked incredible.
They were timed with the music, dude. It was like Rush.
It was Rush.
Tom
it was
Sawyer.
Working Man. Was it Working Man?
And
or
Tom Sawyer was
it was
one
both of them? Okay.
Maybe.
I thought I heard Working Man. The Von Erich story is an incredible one. It is a tragic one. And I cannot wait to see it with Hollywood backing.
Was that the move they did, the Iron Claw?
The Iron Claw was the move. So it would come over the forehead and grab the fucking sides of the temple, and they would just squeeze the fuck out of them.
You have to tap, right? Or you just pass out?
Yeah, it was a submission move. Or they passed out. One or the other. I can't remember which one. But the Iron Claw is going to hit theaters when?
And it's by A24, so you know it's going to be good. Quality-wise, say when. Say when.
Say when.
December
22nd.
He said it.
Woo! I got it.
Be here before you know it. Oh, this is a
Then
bad
we got
story.
Daredevil. All right.
Apparently the people who were making it didn't have any idea what they were doing. And were doing like Boston Legal or something. And forgot, oh shit, we got to put Daredevil. This is Daredevil.
Where's Daredevil at? Isn't this called Daredevil? Oh my God. This is a shit show beyond epic proportion. It's not letting me scroll down.
And it's like, how hard? Just watch the Netflix series and remake that or continue that shit. Oh, but this has to do with how Marvel has gone about the TV stuff the whole wrong way.
Explain.
Because TVs and TV shows and movies are different in the way they're made and produced and who's behind the creative vision or whatever. The TV series, the director isn't always there the whole time, like you were saying. The TV series need a showrunner.
Right.
And Marvel didn't do that with most of their shows. They did it like a movie. And I guess just had executive people in control.
So nobody to blame. Is basically what you're saying.
But no one person in charge of everything to guide everything.
Daredevil Born Again, the new series that's coming on Disney Plus from Marvel, got some press, and that's what Christian's referring to here last week. Because apparently...
They've got 9 episodes done, but apparently it's terrible.
It's so bad that they went in and fired the entire writing team.
They said Daredevil's outfit doesn't show up till like the 4th episode.
Well, I mean, that's kind of how the Netflix one was. I mean, he was in the fucking black shit, but I mean, he didn't get his outfit till later.
Well, he probably didn't even fight till the 4th episode.
Okay, now that's a problem. Yeah, you agree with that. According to a new report from The Hollywood Reporter, Marvel is now looking to, quote, revamp the series and has quietly let go. I guess that means hadn't put out a fucking press release that said we fired these people.
Well, I think now they're saying they're like, instead of the head writers, they're executive producers now.
Yeah, that means don't sue us and we'll put your name on the fucking series is what that means. Despite all this,
cover your ass.
Marvel has assured us that Daredevil Season 2 has been confirmed. Now, they have done major reshoots and what we just mentioned with the writers, but apparently they're confident in that they have enough material to go all the way through a second season. So that's good news for Daredevil fans anyway.
Yeah.
So
well, it's weird some of your Moon Knight stories talk about how it's supposed to be, you know, all the series were just 6-episode series. But Daredevil's not, and Daredevil's getting a second season. Because
they're changing it.
Okay.
So initially, when you're talking, when you're talking about WandaVision, Falcon and Winter Soldier,
Hawkeye,
right? There was this formula that Marvel was going to follow with these TV projects, and I think the idea was to avoid getting into trouble with what you just said. Right? Having too many cooks, you know, all this bullshit. Allie, go lay down. Go lay down. So the formula was simple. You don't do this massive show with the option or door left open for sequels. You simply make 6 and done. Yeah, or make however many and done. And they changed that formula. Well, now they're trying to go back to that. Because that seemed to work with Moon Knight and WandaVision and, you know, the other ones, but not so good with Ironheart and, well, not Ironheart. Secret Invasion. And yeah, that's what I was trying to think of. Fuck. So I don't know. There's a lot of turmoil going on at Marvel right now. And it's hard to say if we'll see a Moon Knight Season 2 and what that'll look like.
Or when we'll even see Moon Knight again in any project.
That's another thing. Now we don't even know if we'll see him in Secret Wars or any of the other shit that he was rumored to be in. Just don't know, man. We'll have to wait.
More
fun previews at Marvel. The Marvels, which is the sequel film to Captain Marvel, is estimated...
They were too embarrassed to call Captain Marvel 2.
Right. Has now stalled at an estimated $39 million opening box office, which is fucking god awful. Which is probably
because apparently Guardians
a fraction of what it costs.
was like $100-some million opening weekend.
Yep.
So that's bad.
That's probably a fraction of what the motherfucker cost to make. So this is not good for the Marvels. They need to kick that into high gear.
But it's got Brie Larson in it, dude.
Yeah, who's highly regarded as a bitch from
Don't
most people.
say that. Don't say that.
I'm just saying what they say. Stop me when I'm telling lies.
Some people might say she's not.
Stop me when I'm telling lies, brother.
I like her.
Well, I'm sure you do.
And
a lot of people like her.
I don't like that Miss Marvel girl, though. The Indian girl, Kamala Khan.
Kamala Khan.
Kamala Khan.
Why don't you like Kamala Khan?
I don't know. The series just didn't do it for me. It's just blah. Blah. It's like a wet fart.
I didn't like Kamala Khan because she felt forced.
I liked her maybe if she had her stretching powers.
I didn't like it. It was too much like Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah, but we don't have him yet, so.
That's all we had.
we have Mr. Fantastic at home.
We're going to keep our eye on the Marvels. Hopefully they don't.
But you're not going to go see it, are you?
No. Hopefully they don't do a total, face plant on the box office. That would suck.
Yeah, they were saying that's going to make less money than The Flash, dude.
Now that's pretty bad. That's pretty bad.
Just drop that on Disney Plus.
I decided to put this story after all the other stories.
More flops than the box office.
Oh, Disney CEO Bob Iger is reportedly, quote unquote, exhausted and overwhelmed.
He's crying in his money, dude. He's wiping his tears with his $1 billion bills.
I think I read in the story estimated $900 million loss on the year. Yeah, there it is.
Well, maybe if Indiana Jones had done some business.
You can't say anything that's going to make this guy feel better.
It looked like he was going to have some big movies this year, and they just all flopped.
Poor bastard. No, I'm not. Fuck am I talking about, a poor bastard? The guy's a millionaire. He's still going to be a millionaire even if they fire him.
Oh.
You know, people, these company executives.
God, don't put your foot on the record.
I'm just moving it out of the way.
Oh, my gosh.
I don't want it stepped
Getting
on.
your foot oils on it.
Foot oils?
Yeah, your skin makes oil, bro.
Foot oil. Oh, man. Bob Iger.
Get on it. Get on making these movies better.
There
dude.
is a reason. Now, remember, before you fucked up my train of thought with the record, there is a reason these guys get paid billions of dollars for salaries. Well, because they got to deal with this shit.
The board's calling.
Just the goddamn nose.
Looks like
dive.
it's raining again, man.
Is it raining? That sucks.
I said that. I said it sucks. You don't have to repeat me. Curse you. I curse you, Zip.
God.
What did Nate used to do like this with the bullhorns cursing you?
One hand.
One hand. Not two hands.
But you got to move your pointer and your pinky at the same time. Yep, that's it. Curse you.
It's hard to do them both at the same time.
Well, he could do it like opposite, like one, yeah, like that. Yeah, there you go. Curse you. We love you, Nate. We always remember. Bob Iger, my asshole bleeds for you, buddy. Go cry in your money.
Ooh, it's like he's shitting razor blades, folks.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Some Rocketeer news, finally.
Let's get a good Disney story, Christian. How do you feel about that?
You love the Rocket Man.
Love the fucking Rocketeer. The Rocketeer, for those that don't know, is a character that was a comic strip character very early on.
They're like saying he's a pulp hero, dude.
From that era, yes. And he basically, my understanding, and I will tell you, I never read the original Rocketeer stuff.
What was the name of the guy that made the thing for him or that worked on it? The
Peavy.
old guy.
Peavy.
Okay.
Yeah, Peavy.
I remember you mentioned it last time we talked
Peavy.
about it.
So but what I can tell you about, they made a movie in 1991 that was directed by Captain America director Joe Johnston, and it starred Billy Campbell, Jennifer Connelly, and Timothy Dalton. It was an incredible movie. I own it.
It's kind of become a cult classic.
Kinda, yeah, a little bit. I've got his Origin action figure down here in the cave hallway, collectible of mine. But the plot of the film is Cliff Secord is this pilot who finds a jetpack that was created by Howard Hughes for the government.
I was going to guess Nazis.
The Nazis are trying to get their hands on it.
There you go.
Yeah, they're always involved. But no, this was a situation where he just kind of found it, thought he could make some money with it, but then there was an emergency. He used it to save someone, and there's the big revelation, and blah, 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 blah. Well, this was like 92, 91.
It had a cool helmet.
His helmet. I mean, his look is what sold him for me. I love the rocket pack. It looked like, they don't have a goddamn picture on this story of the Rocketeer.
Well, it sounds like the new one's going to focus on a former Tuskegee airman.
Which I think is a great concept because you have to modernize it a little bit.
But it's still going to take place in that time period, right? Like the 1950s
it has
or
to.
40s or something?
It has to because, you can't, all he had was the rocket. It's not like he was invincible or
dude.
fucking any of that.
He had his smartphone and it connected
So
to the joypad.
you get a drone following the Rocketeer. Bam! Shoot! Done. Dead.
No.
So you have to do it in that kind of pulp era. But the good news is that we now have a head writer, and that we are moving forward with the idea of a Rocketeer film. I hear it's a film.
Straight to Disney Plus.
Straight to Disney Plus. So yay for that.
Until they chop it for tax reasons. Oh, slap it.
Your favorite topic, Christian.
You're the one that called her a viper.
I called her a viper because she's fucking venomous.
Dude, it's like Storm.
God, poison. Jada Pinkett Smith. This is not, well, kind of, because it's Will Smith and he did Men in Black and Wild Wild West. So I will put that under the umbrella of geek news.
I'll allow it.
Jada Pinkett Smith, the psycho bitch who married Will Smith and ruined his career and life.
Oh, that's harsh.
Did an interview with People Magazine.
Not as harsh as their marriage, though. Whatever that.
I was going to say, harsh. I'm harsh. People Magazine did an interview with Jada, and she talked about the infamous Will Smith Chris Rock Oscar slap.
She thought it was a skit when he got up.
First time she's talked about it since it happened, and yes, as Christian mentioned, she claimed she thought it was a skit, that it was a joke.
It was a joke.
That she had no idea.
And then she said we've been separated for 6-7 years now.
Yeah, and Chris Rock asked me out when we got separated, and Will got pissed about it.
But we're still married and we'll never get divorced. We don't live together or anything, but we're still married, whatever that means.
This is... Will has got to get away from this woman any way he can. There is no marriage, okay? Will, if you're watching this, the marriage is done. There is no more marriage. You are fucking 10 times better than this bitch who's been in a handful of movies. I mean,
G.I. Jane 2. The sequel.
Get slapped.
Get slapped 2. That sounds like a Leslie Nielsen movie.
May you rest in peace. Fuck you, Jada Pinkett Smith. You ruined Will Smith's life.
You're really mad about that.
She ruined his life. She ruined this man's life. He cannot go to the biggest night for film for 10 fucking years.
I don't think that's life ruining.
10 years in Hollywood?
It's not 10 years in prison. 10 years a slave.
You got me there. It's not as bad as being a slave.
She didn't kill him.
Jesus. Christian, I figured you'd be excited about this. At the New York Comic Con, they announced there's a new Dragon Ball series on the way.
Well, I never watched
Dragon Ball Dami.
I never watched the last one.
Is that how you say it? Dama?
Dama you, Sama.
Dama Bill, y'all.
Oh, yeah. But I never watched the last one, Dragon Ball Super.
I didn't either.
But anyway, this one looked like Dragon Ball Z Muppet Babies.
I was going to say, they're all kids. It looks like they just made them all kids.
So I said Muppet Babies,
Vegeta's
dude.
still got his fucking armor on.
Dragon Ball Z Babies.
I guess no one really knows, but I guess people are thinking that something happens that causes them to go back in time.
There's a wish, dude. The dragon.
Yeah, that's right. The dragon makes the wish and resets everything.
Somebody was like, I want to watch the series over with you guys as the little babies.
Yeah, I want to watch the series over.
Do some more fighting.
With all the awesome stories that you already did.
But the one guy's back doing it, Akira Toriyama and everything.
Toriyama's back doing it, so that's cool. He's the creator. I didn't watch this.
Get that bass up.
Yeah, let's turn the volume off.
It just shows a little bit.
Oh, it's not okay. Then we're not going to.
I watched it. It shows them being those little cute baby guys.
Look cute. Dragon Ball babies. Is that how the theme song went?
Yeah, dude, my babies. Babies.
Oh, God. I found this interesting, Christian.
You would? You guys love that movie.
I love The Devil's Advocate. Now they say there's a sequel in the works with Keanu Reeves.
What's he say? Freedom of choice? It's a bitch or something?
Freedom of choice, right?
Hey.
He blows brains up.
No, what's the devil say at the end, though, about the freedom of choice?
It's something. It's a
something.
It's a
son of a bitch.
Crapshoot or some shit. It's a fucking.
Hey, I'm the devil, baby.
The Devil's Advocate was a film that came out in 1997, and the premise was that Keanu Reeves was a hotshot attorney in the South. Yeah, he had that stupid Southern accent.
It's like a legal drama with supernatural elements, dude.
Charlize Theron was in it. Al Pacino portrayed the devil, and the concept was that Keanu Reeves was the devil's son, and that he would take over for his father, who has this thriving legal practice in New York.
But he has to choose to do it.
He has to choose to do it. Now, we have spoilers coming. If you have not seen The Devil's Advocate, you may want to turn away now.
What happened?
Keanu Reeves ends up killing himself.
No.
However, as he's falling to the ground, after blowing his head off, Al Pacino does the big devil reveal where he goes, "No!" and all that shit. It flashes back to Keanu Reeves back in a courtroom that we had seen at the very beginning of the movie, where he had to make a decision. He was involved in a trial with a child molester. He's a defense attorney, so his job is to get him off charges. Get him off the charges.
Mm.
So instead of making the decision that he made in the beginning of the movie and choosing to get this slimy bastard out of trouble, he chooses to actually recuse himself from the case, which gets him disbarred.
What?
Now, I had a lot of people when I posted this story, because I posted it and said, well, how are you going to do that?
Mm-hmm.
Because I thought that it erased everything that had happened in the movie. But I forgot there is this little scene at the very, very, very end where someone morphs into Al Pacino and he says the line.
Yeah.
So there is the potential for a sequel. Did you see The Devil's Advocate?
Yeah. I remember.
It's pretty good.
It's okay.
A sequel this far in advance, it would have to be something special. Or this far in advance, this far after the fact, have to be something very special, because it's been like 20 years since we've seen that.
Well, I can't remember the last Al Pacino movie I watched.
He was in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I consider that one to be the last one.
When was that?
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood was 2017, 2018, I think.
Oh, okay.
Strike news continues in Hollywood as the studios suspend their talks with the SAG-AFTRA, saying that their gap is too big between what they want.
They're trying to badmouth the actors.
I was going to say they're burying the actors is what they're doing. They're saying they just want something that's ridiculous, that doesn't make sense, blah, blah, blah.
What they want would cost $9 trillion. We can't do that.
Negotiations have stalled, and we're not sure when they'll be concluded, if they'll be concluded. And this, as you know, this is at a time when Hollywood really needs to get back to work. Apparently the latest offer was less than the offer they were offered before.
Nice.
Which, I don't know why the studios felt that
they were just trying to end negotiations.
That's what the SAG accuses them of, bullying tactics and, the classic failed methods that they tried to do with the writers, where the writers were able to hold on and stick it out and get what they actually want, or a fair deal. I won't say they got what they wanted. They got a fair deal. So hopefully the SAG-AFTRA can get the studios back to the table and they can actually make some fucking progress and get this shit over with, because We need some shit, dude. We need some content, you know?
You're not starving for content.
No, we're not. Not for that shit. A24 is looking to leap into commercial horror. Kind of been on the indie scene, kind of on the sideline. Now they want to get into the big dogs with the new Crystal Lake television series that's coming.
And they also were bidding for Halloween.
They also were trying to go for Halloween.
Trying to get Mikey.
For film rights, though. They were trying to get the film rights, I think.
No, for the TV show.
No, I'm saying, but I think their plan was they were going to try to do both.
Okay.
because Mirimax already had the film rights.
Oh, okay.
Right? So
either way, it was them trying to get into the more big.
They're trying to get into the big boys. So you got to be careful when you do that because, you know, you're dealing with a situation where if it ain't broke, don't fix it kind of thing.
Yeah.
But eventually you have to grow and you have to try new things. And I think that the Crystal Lake series, that's a fucking ambitious way to start, but, you know, not necessarily impossible.
It's going to humanize Jason in a way we've never seen before, dude.
You think so?
I hope not.
Jason for president, you think?
No, the kid and all the bullying he goes through and the victim.
Yeah, right.
It's real engaging stuff.
So, Christian, you know that Heat is one of my favorite movies of all time.
I know Wes loves it.
And this was, for those that don't know, Heat was a crime drama that Michael Mann directed, the guy who directed Miami Vice, that he made in the mid-'90s, starring Al Pacino, Robert De Niro. There's all kinds of fucking people in that movie. Tom Sizemore was in it. Danny Trejo. Val Kilmer was in it. Charlize Theron. All kinds of people were in this movie. And now Michael Mann has said that his next film project is going to be a follow-up sequel to Heat.
Yeah. Well, they just released the book, I guess, when his last film was made.
The book came out, and it looks like Adam Driver could potentially be the star of the book, and I think it's supposed to be meant as more of a prequel.
I think it was both. The book was both a prequel and a sequel.
I don't know anything about the book, so
that's just what they mentioned in the article.
But I think that's the role they're kind of looking at Adam for, is because he does look like a younger De Niro.
Yeah, that's what they said.
So that would be very interesting. And like I said, I love fucking Heat. That is probably top 5 best movies of all time, in my opinion. And I love Michael Mann. So I'm all about this. I can't wait to see it. More power to you, Michael. We need fucking good shit right now.
Turn up the heat, baby.
All right, where's my arrow? There it is.
It's an X.
Look, Christian.
Jerry Seinfeld.
Comedian Jerry Seinfeld has teased there could be a Seinfeld collaboration
or a revision
coming. Yeah, well, that wouldn't hurt. For those of you that don't know, in the 90s there was a hit sitcom called Seinfeld, and I think it was the greatest comedy sitcom of all time. A lot of people agree with me. Well, the series finale was less to be desired.
Yeah.
I feel it was a bad time. It was probably rushed. There was probably 1,000 people that had their hands in it, and it just ended up not being, you know, a worthy send-off for such an amazing show. Well, now Jerry has come back around and said on his Instagram page, quote, "Something is going to happen that has to do with that ending. It hasn't happened yet. That is what has got fans losing their minds over the potential that, as Christian mentioned, they could either try to redo that series finale or potentially do some kind of 6-episode mini, which I think that is what they should have done. It should have been like an event that they did 2 or 3 episodes over a period of time instead of just trying to cram it a fucking iconic show like that into half an hour. Right?
Yeah.
Even though I think it was an hour, now that I say that. So I am so for this, totally pumped about it, and hope that Jerry and the folks get back together. I hope all 4 come back and participate, and I am very excited to see what they plan to do with the show and its ending.
They need to all just guest star in an episode of Sunny.
They all get started on an episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm.
The episode of Sunny could be called "The Gang Fixes Seinfeld,"
There you go. That's a good title.
and they could fix the ending, dude,
Fix
in the episode of Sunny.
And they end up killing everybody.
Oh no!
Excuse me. I'm sorry. It's sinus season. You're going to hear that a lot from me.
Backa.
Speaking of endings, John Carpenter, who is the director that made such classic films as Halloween, The Thing, They Live, he has come out and said, apparently the cinematographer for The Thing...
Let's made this theory about how there's a glint of light in the eyes of the Thing.
Yes.
I hadn't heard that theory.
Neither. And neither had Carpenter.
And he said...
And when he heard it, he said, that's total bullshit.
He said the guy did the lights, so he doesn't know anything.
Yeah, doesn't know shit. John Carpenter says he knows the ending of The Thing, and he'll never reveal it.
Because I have heard the theory about not seeing his breath. The theory.
That is the most prominent theory that I've heard, is the breath theory.
They also mentioned something about like the stuff he was drinking might have been like gasoline that a human couldn't drink, but then he gives it to Childs and he drinks it.
Possibly.
But they also...
That's interesting. I hadn't heard that one.
Maybe.
Interesting. There is also, and we've talked about this on previous shows, the comic book sequel series that they came out with that kind of shows some stuff that happened. But you never know between Childs and Mac, who, and John Carpenter says we never will.
No.
Sadly. So, all right, let's get over to our events. This is a pretty big one, however, I will say. Bob Dylan is very, 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 very old.
He's a classic.
Rough and Rowdy Ways, Bob Dylan coming to the Keith Albee Performing Arts Center in downtown Huntington.
It's a weird name for a Bob Dylan tour.
Yeah, it's about as rough and rowdy as a fucking church service. Tickets are on sale now. It's going on November 30th. The Keith Albee is a beautiful venue. I know that Bob will do great there. I'm just saying he still sounds the same, and the songs are still great, but he can't move very well, and he is very old. I saw him in Charleston last year. And, and he doesn't perform his hits.
Yeah, he's only gotten older since last year.
He's only gotten older, and he still doesn't perform his hits on tour for whatever.
He goes like a Rolling Stone.
Yeah, doesn't play anything I want to hear. So there you go, Bob Dylan, November 30th. This is cool, Christian. Miko Hughes. Do you remember that kid from Pet Sematary and all the other Kindergarten Cop and all that shit?
How could you not remember that guy, dude? What about him? What's going on?
He's coming to Ashland.
Oh.
He's going to be at Time Warp. We don't have time confirmed yet, but it will be sometime on October 22nd. And we do have the prices for his autograph, selfie combo, and VIP prices as well. There are incredible prints that are available for the signing. Don't forget, he was in Wes Craven's New Nightmare. Of course, his most iconic role was that creepy-ass little kid in Pet Sematary.
It's funny. That kid is funny, dude.
And then, your favorite movie, Kindergarten Cop. Boys have a penis, girls have a vagina. That's him.
Was he in some episodes of Full House, too, maybe?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, he's Michelle's crush. October 22nd. Can't wait to see Miko. I might have to go to that one.
Yeah,
that looks fun.
I didn't know you had that on the list.
Finally, because we are good community citizens, we wanted to announce that the City of Huntington Safe Trick or Treat is coming up Friday, October 27th from 6 to 9 p.m. at the Mountain Health Arena. Head to this, and I will be dressed up as Indiana Jones.
What is this?
So they go in the arena, and there's tables set up, and that's how they trick or treat. So there's no dark streets and fucking.
It's not spooky.
It's not scary at all. It's just getting candy.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's like trunk or treat or one of those.
Exactly.
Things.
But it's on a much more massive scale. So again, that is.
Does it cost anything?
Nope.
That's cool.
I think it's free.
It better be. Halloween doesn't cost anything.
I was going to say I would hope it would be free. Oh, yeah. See, free event.
How do I get a table? I want to give out some candy.
Call them. The event's by Safety Town.
I'm going to hang our banner up, too.
All right, and that will do it for all I have this week, Christian. It's a good week. Good news week.
Oh, I'm tired.
This takes it out of you, doesn't it?
Baby.
Check us out online, podomatic.com, podomatic.com /GeekZip podcast. Check out our social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We are on YouTube, God damn it.
As much as we hate it.
YouTube.com /GeekZip podcast. I am, with every ounce of my being, trying to say I will continue to do the video, but it is increasingly difficult.
Why?
And I swear to God, if I have more problems, I'm going to stop fucking doing it.
No, I like the videos the best.
I know you do, and a lot of people do, but it's taking way too much of my fucking time.
Well,
and I don't have the proper tools to do it fast.
We need to get the tools or something.
Give me a sponsor.
Yeah.
Give me a sponsor.
You heard it, folks.
GeekZipPodcast@gmail.com. We love you very much. Christian, you got anything else?
I appreciate y'all.
For Christian, for Ali Z, this is Ryan Zip. Have a good week.